just need D10s. I've got physical dice. I think Gomi's got physical dice.
Yeah, I also have physical dice.
Jim is using
The Angle Gym. That's a good one.
I'm a Jangle Jim.
Yes. Anyway, she's using the official Wizards of the Coast dice roller online. It's probably based on some fucking wind on top of K2 or whatever for the RNG.
Now that we're all, I think all of our streams up now, we should introduce ourselves.
Yeah, that would be what we would start with if everyone's good to go.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
So, hello everyone. We're playing Vampire. We're going to Las Vegas, because
Vegas.
we're all going to hell.
On the highway to hell, baby.
And let's go in relationship map order. So that's Admiral going first.
Yes, I am playing Lisa McKenna. I do underground street fighting before I became a vampire. Troubled youth, that kind of stuff. Parents are dead. Angie.
We love.
Take a the whole thing for only the edge.
Really just more punk than anything. Yes, Beast, as you've heard me say before, so edgy. That's it.
Got Jingle next.
Okay, it was my turn now, huh?
Jangle.
Okay, so I'm Alta Lancaster. I'm an heiress, the likes of which I've never seen before since Paris Hilton, but of like a small strip, in Las Vegas, and yep, I'm driven by yep, that's my character. I panicked. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have not the most backstory either.
Like backstory and stuff. What do we want to know now?
If you have anything already about how you became a vampire that you want to share, that also might be something that you don't want to share. If you want to share any current relationships with other characters or NPCs.
Oh, I think me and Lisa go way back a little bit, and it's also possible that I know the others, but we didn't really iron that out, so I don't know yet.
Yeah.
And I figure we all know each other anyways because we're all in Porum's home.
Yeah, you know each other at least a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so do you want me to go next?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pog, okay. My character's name is Dolly Nightingale. They go by they, them. I'm Porum, I go by it's. Also, I guess it would be a good thing to kind of just say, like, what pronouns we go by. That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I do have that on screen, but if you
Me
want
as
to say
well.
that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was going to say that I have Admiral stream up, and it's a little bit hard to read, even when I kind of have it full screen, so I guess it's good to go ahead and say just, you know, the little bits here and there. Let's see. My character is a alternative model before they became a vampire. They are actually their significant other was the vampire that transformed them. So that's the thing. see, they're Thin Blood, and let's see, they are a owner of, I guess would be like a nightclub slash casino called the Dead Man's Hand. It's an interesting, just casino that was just run down, and it's also haunted. And I guess that's where all of our characters are going to be living for the next foreseeable future of this campaign.
Yep.
I'll try to expand the cork board so it's easier to read on the stream.
Alright, if that's all, Gomi, you're next.
Yeah, so my character's name is Alexis Chang. She is a card shark. The fact that, like, she's dead, quote unquote, actually kind of works in her favor. But yeah, she, like, kind of is just like a card shark that goes around to different casinos, and that's actually how she ended up at what was it, the Dead Man's Hand? Because Dolly saw Alexis like gambling and was like, "Oh, she's really good. She should work for. She should work for me." So I was hired by her, and yeah, I think that's all I want to reveal for right now.
All right. Well, I'm Uzi. My character is Josiah Browning, and he is very much not from the city of Las Vegas. He was from out of state, and kind of running from his past a little bit there, and kind of just trying to figure out his place in the world, and was also super homeless. Saw the Dead Man's Hand, kind of thought it was abandoned, so broke in and holed up before finding out that, oh, there's still people here. And that's about where we are.
Yeah, I am gonna say, at this point at least, the Dead Man's Hand, it may technically be open, but there's not really any action going on. Partially because of the whole haunted nature, partially because it's a bit off the strip, partially because, Vegas, lots of other options. But that is definitely something that you can all work to change.
Saying we are gonna unhaunt it, because I don't know if that doesn't feel right in my heart.
I was mostly talking about the business end of things, but yes, unhaunting it would be another option.
Well, business comes first.
So, you are all thin bloods. You've been, I don't know exactly for each of you, but you've been turned for no longer than a year into the vampiric nature. Some of you might be starting to get used to it, but it's all pretty new for at least most of you, and for most ends of things. So at this point, none of you have figured out quite how to feed most effectively. So none of you have predator types yet. And I'm also going to have all of you gain 2 hunger for now. Which you can remove by feeding. Just as a representation that you have been struggling a bit, but not horribly. And that brings us to the Dead Man's Hand, which is fairly sizable. Like I said, just a bit off the beaten path as far as Vegas goes. Fairly rundown, but definitely it's presentable, but it looks like it could use a bit of a shower. And the whole haunting thing makes it difficult to clean when, the mop starts flying or something.
Go vomit.
I was gonna ask, what is the nature of the haunting? Is it like a poltergeist or something?
I don't think you know at the
Okay.
moment. But
Did they like phasmophobia?
Hell, get your gear up, boys.
but
I live there
yeah,
and I
weird
don't even
weird
know.
stuff happens on occasion.
Hmm.
You think you hear voices, but that's probably just the wind. Stuff falls a bit. Definitely something makes a mess. But
So by this point, we've already all gathered together. We're not just now gathering together. We've huddled together in this haunted place for like a few days or a week now or so.
I'd say at least most of you have huddled there for a little bit. You might be arriving just now, but you've definitely met briefly before.
Yeah, all right, got it.
Mhm. So, do all of you want to have previously gathered, or are any of you arriving just now?
I'm okay with previously gathering.
Yeah,
I'll
same
be
here.
okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, so I will have you sitting in the lobby. You've got doors locked because why not? Just as the sun is setting. And as I said, this hunger is starting to seep in, and you're beginning to realize that some sort of solution is going to have to be met. I am curious if any of your characters have any solutions to think of. If not, we can continue.
I was gonna say my character just kind of generally feeds from, I guess, her girlfriend, because since they have to constantly use or be, because they got baby fangs, so it's gonna be hard for them to eat stuff. So they kind of just get blood bags from their girlfriend and stuff like that. That's usually how they tend to eat. Also, they kind of feel weird about just biting down on people.
Mm.
Most thin bullets do.
I forgot. Did we establish a thing about like feeding from animals?
I think we've talked about it briefly. I can explain it again. So, feeding from animals pretty much works just like feeding from people. You need multiple small animals, or just in general,
Yeah,
it's less efficient.
Mm.
it's like multiple like small animals, just the equivalent of human, I think.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like you can also drink from, say, a horse. You
So if there's
cannot.
so if there's a second drink a horse.
Drink from a human enough to kill them.
Mm.
But
Hey, Jingle, can you send me that overlay for that later?
What I have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many hunger we have? Did you say 2?
yep, you're at 2
Yep.
right now. So not terrible, but noticeable.
And generally more than what a vampire would be typically sitting at, because they know how to feed themselves.
We're a baby.
Yeah, that'll depend some. Like,
Baby.
plenty of younger vampires of higher generations, even slightly above Thin Bloods, might be sitting at 1 to 2 fairly regularly, but 2 is definitely probably slightly above average.
So we're very hungry.
You're fairly hungry, yeah.
Very hungry.
Probably try to convince Lisa that, hey, you punch hard, right? Why don't you go find somebody for us to eat?
Well, er, so you're actually asking me that in character, yes? This
Yes.
is not out of
Yes.
character joking.
I don't know.
I point out that, yeah, we could do that, but it would be very loud. I'm not exactly. I'm not exactly a quiet fighter.
How do we make one quiet? Does anybody here know how to kick someone's ass stealthy like? I can't be the only one hungry here, right?
We're all
Look
hungry,
at
I
that guy.
think,
He looks
yeah.
like he literally got dragged in by some dog.
I was gonna say the only thing my character kind of has against like wanting to go and get someone and punch them is because they really don't believe in like the violence and needed to like take blood, but they I was gonna say suggest about getting potentially blood bags. We could find also a blood bank. I imagine there's probably some in Las Vegas or maybe some, you know, more dubious places to get blood bags.
You do a blood bank heist.
That sounds great. I don't really care how we get it as long as we get it. That sounds just as easy and
Mm,
maybe less noisy.
mm.
There's that. There's maybe going to a club and singling out people that are, looking for something else and then getting a sip off of them.
That certainly appeals to me.
Well,
Blood heist might be difficult, but I mean, if we pulled it off, we'd probably be sent for a while.
I am gonna point out with the blood bag idea, that's definitely an option. There's a predator type specifically for feeding off of old blood. But if you don't take that, you'll need a specific advantage in order to gain any hunger from blood bags.
There'd also
Yeah.
be the issue of keeping them on us.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you can always get an ice chest and go down to 7-Eleven and get some ice.
True.
You've probably got something in the casino.
Yeah.
Might be kind of jank with Ghost, but
Mm-hmm.
it's
Ghosts are
something.
stealing all our blood, guys.
That'd be a scary thought, like a ghost made out of blood, and it just keeps eating all of our blood packs.
That's actually horrific. That would be my roommate's actual in real life worst nightmare.
Yes, give me more ideas.
Oh yeah, yeah. Don't give the DM ideas. What are you doing?
I'd be
Being
down.
nice.
I'd be down for the clubbing idea.
I'm down for clubbing always. Love to party.
I feel as if I should mention I'm not comfortable with feeding off of humans.
What are you gonna
I've
eat?
mostly made my way hunting deer, but not exactly an option within the city.
Yeah, and I have teeth that don't work very well, so I can't even just bite people, even if I wanted to. Not that I really want to. So I might kind of prefer about the blood bags. Well, that's a good question. Where would we get them?
Well, I can think of two options. And one of them I think might only be seasonal. Sometimes there's the blood drive trucks, probably easier to get into physically, but they're kind of public, so you'd have to like pick a good spot to ambush one.
Mm-hmm.
And the other would be probably a immediate care center clinic. Hospital would probably have greater security.
Mm-hmm.
If those are options.
I'd assume like for those like blood drive trucks or whatever, like because they have like such public schedules, we'd be able to find one easily.
Wouldn't take too long.
Find
Yeah.
one, yes. Get into it.
Hmm. Could like cause a distraction and then like smashing.
I was gonna say, I know a few things about a lock, so I could maybe break into like a heavy steel door potentially, but I guess kind of finding one would be up to one of y'all.
This music's too intense for what's going on here right now. Everyone seems to be kind of drawn to the idea of hitting some kind of blood bag situation, it sounds like.
Yeah.
I'm still open to eating people on the dance floor, but whatever you guys decide is fine, I guess.
And you don't have to all feed the same way.
Well, then in
Yeah,
that
we
case,
could. Oh, I was gonna say, what time is it actually? Because that's a good question.
It's just after sunset, so around 10:30, and let's say it's like mid-spring.
Okay, because I was gonna say if it was early enough, then maybe we should go to the clubs first, and then because, you know, usually it's better probably to go later to go find the truck slash intensive care unit trucker where we're gonna go get the blood bags from.
and I'm sure
Mhm.
there'll definitely be injured parties who need hospitalization at the club. It's brilliant. It's Las Vegas, baby. Wait, nope, we're in Nevada.
That's an idea. At least for me. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I'm not terribly easily swayed by drugs. I could go find somebody that's knocked the fuck out from their latest fun.
Plus, if it's late, I'd say the clubs are probably more open and like I don't know if the like bullet drive things would be open this time of day.
We don't want them to be open, right?
That's true.
No.
If we could find somebody who could get us a blood bank hookup permanently, right? Like somebody who's willing to look the other way at night. Just pay them a little fee or whatever. Always grease elbows as far as I'm.
That'd be good. Just kind of find, instead of having to go through the whole hassle of stealing bags every once in a while, find someone that would be permanently be able to fix everything.
So let's go clubbing. How's that sound? Maybe we'll meet somebody.
It sounds safe, so I mean if we can't succeed there, we just lose time and just get more hungry.
Mhm.
Yeah, unless you're Unless you've got unless you do anything stupid, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. I'm down.
Sounds good.
Not exactly my scene, but I'll keep an eye out.
Well,
Five.
you
Friends,
might be
mingle.
able to find someone homeless in the back alley. I guess.
Like find somebody drunk pissing in a back alley. That is literally a guarantee.
Yeah.
Not really my taste, I imagine, even though I'm a blood-sucking creature of the night now. Still gotta have standards.
Some standards. Some. Well, I'm ready to go then.
Same.
Vextheus, get you a blood bank guy named Seamus. He's Irish and only sells Scottish blood mixed with whiskey.
We call it Irish red cream soda.
Pissing in the alley, get done in by a thirsty vampire. Vextheus, you are killing it with these one-liners here. All right, well, I'm running outwards.
All right. So, are you primary goal go to club? Maybe someone along the way. Is that the plan?
Yeah, I figure. Well, I don't know what everybody else is planning, but I'm thinking I go there, I mingle, meet some people, rub some elbows, and worst case scenario, there's always someone pissing in an alley.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
all sounds good.
Bug somebody in the bathroom or something. I don't know. Mug some muggers out in the parking lot. There's probably opportunities.
Vextheus says, nab the first person that looks like a sad emo.
If you did
Might be
that,
into
they'll
that
just
thing.
want to follow you because they're gonna be into that shit.
Yeah,
Would've
they'd be into
died
that.
in another life. Yeah, oh yeah.
Anyway, I
That is
think
a
I cleaned
predator
up the
type.
interface a lot.
Mm.
I had cleaned up my stream a lot. I feel a little bit better about that now.
Okay. So, Jingle going to club, or Adla going to club. Is anyone else? And I assume Lisa's going to club.
I will go to club.
Yes.
The rest of you.
I will also go to club.
Well,
Might as well stay in a group.
Okay.
Do we Dolly, is there like do you have any like extra like clothes in the lost and found for Josiah? I want to dress him up a little bit better than what I'm assuming he's wearing.
I don't know. This is all the trend these days from what I see on the internet.
Fair.
Oh, sure. Well, let me go ahead and check. What would be the role, I guess, to go ahead and check the lost and found, see if we would be
Roll
able to
for
find
fashion.
something?
Roll to see if you have shoes.
That's a good callback.
may I have some shoes?
I love that voice.
If you're literally just checking, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I think
say wits plus investigation. Just make it a luck check, honestly.
okay.
Roll
What
2d10s.
Okay. I got a 4 and a 5.
So there's no real proper clothing. You've got like a old blanket, and there's um there's a winter jacket that's got a giant hole right over the left side of the chest, and a few other
Wow.
minor tears. So like
Well,
you can probably get him a little bit better with the poor quality stuff, but there's nothing good.
Where did that jacket come from? We're in the middle of the desert.
It gets cold in the winter.
Fair.
Also, I
Yeah.
think it gets down to like the 40s or like 30s at night in the
Get
desert
lost out in
sometimes.
the desert. Exactly.
Mm.
Well, Josiah, it doesn't look like we have a lot of stuff here, but if you want to go ahead and take a look, and then I show Josiah the blanket, and then the big, was it jacket that has the
Okay.
big holes
Yeah.
in it.
And there's some other miscellaneous ratty clothing, but that's probably the best piece that you've got is the jacket.
You know, I wasn't sure it was possible to look more homeless.
Poor homeless Jesus, dude.
Homelessness looks good on you. Whatever. Get out there and dance, bud.
I mean, hey, isn't a distressed jacket supposed to be in?
Exactly. I trust the
One's
alt
a little
girl.
beyond distressed.
That's full on
Lindsay's
anxiety.
here.
Panic attack.
Hey, Panic at the Disco.
It is Panic at the Disco, actually.
Because as long as
Okay.
Josiah smells good, then it's just the fashion trend.
Mhm.
Well, any port in a storm. All right, hand it over.
Alright, I hope you don't mind the big holes, but I don't know if this is any better than what you were wearing.
Well, I'm not sure it's better. What concerns me is it seems a bit more noticeable. And in case things go to ground, I'd rather not, well, be
Yeah,
seen.
the big Hello Kitty pink and the big picture of the cat on the back is a little bit distracting, but hey, you know, he said any port of the storm.
Well, nothing for it. Get this on and let's get a move on.
Who here has a car? That's a good question.
I have a
Ew.
car.
You are also
beat-
in a city, so taxis and walking are both options.
And buses.
Yeah.
They're not good for getaways, though.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
But I do have a car. It's a beater. And 3 of you bitches are going to have to cram the back.
I call shotgun. One of you guys can take the trunk, maybe.
Shove Joshua in the trunk.
You can't shove somebody who's got the confidence to wear Hello Kitty to the club in whatever time period we're in right now. Okay, that's next level. He deserves at least the middle of the back seat or a window
Well,
if
I
you
don't
really
know.
want a window. You can have a window.
Probably small enough to fit.
The time period is right now, by the way.
2021 wearing Hello Kitty to the club. You know, that's for
Yeah,
the brave.
But also COVID never happened because trauma.
Oh, yay! I like this
Oh.
time. We're vampires. We're
This
great
is the
friends.
best
We live
timeline.
together. Yeah, I love this.
Okay, this music's a bit too intense now.
Okay, I guess cramming in the back we go.
Okay.
Clearly, I turned the key and the star doesn't work. No.
Mhm.
too real. It's fucking too real right now.
Roll to see if your spark plugs have blown.
Even better, like a tire just falls off, the rim just completely disintegrated.
I ran over a fucking nail or something.
If you
Yes.
want to roll 5 dice minus 2 for haunted, we can find out. So 3.
-2 for haunted. That's even better.
No.
And again, that's just luck.
No. Wait, are you serious? Was that a joke?
I'm leaving it up to you, but
No, let's not. Let's just go.
Admiral's so great.
Let's just go. Oh.
hey, well, you're gonna rattle along to your destination then. If you're watching the alleyways, you can definitely see a few potential marks if you want to stop, but also you're kind of on semi-major roads, so not exactly alone.
What can I gain from those marks as we drive by to determine if I should stop or not?
You can make a check. Let's go wits plus awareness.
All right, give me a
Um,
second. Wits plus awareness.
And then, so you're gonna have however many dice that comes out to be. 2 of them are going to be hunger dice, which are just different d10s that have special results on 1s or 10.
Can I also
Okay,
roll?
since this dice app doesn't have different colors, I'm just gonna roll the 2 hunger dice first and then roll the
Yep.
non-hunger.
Can I also
The
roll to
hunger
like
dice.
look?
Go for it.
Both hunger dice are 6s.
Okay.
Noise.
And
So what
then
was
the
it?
non-hunger dice is a 4.
Oh, what was it again to roll?
It was wits plus awareness.
Okay, so I have 3 in wits and 1 in awareness, so I would roll 4,
Correct.
and then 2 of those would be the hunger dice.
Correct.
So is it basically like you run the risk of staring at something delicious and just wanting to eat it?
A little bit.
Okay, I got
Um,
a 2 and a 7 on my hunger dice, and then a 4 and a 6 on my regulars.
okay. So this is a decent time to explain how dice work. So, normal dice have 3 possible results. There's a fail, which is a 5 or below, a normal success, which is a 6 through 9, and then 10s can be potential crits. If you have a pair of 10s, those count as 4 successes.
Hmm.
But 110 doesn't do anything special, it's just a normal success. With
Okay.
hunger dice, the only difference is if you roll a 1 and fail the check, then that's a bestial failure. And then if you roll a 10 and you roll at least one other 10, so you use it in a crit, then that's I forget what it's called. It's a bestial critical. Both of those are pretty much you just play up your ravenous bestial vampiric nature, as the beast takes a little bit more control for that round, which is typically embodied in a fight or flight response. Usually fight, but sometimes fear, especially in a failure. The other big thing to note is bestial crits in some situations can lead to a failure or a different action. For example, in a negotiation, a bestial crit is a pretty bad thing to happen.
Yeah, won't that just make you like go nuts and just tear their fucking throat out or something?
Not necessarily to that extent, but that is a possibility. Either way, you're losing face in some way, so it's not succeeding in the social aspect of the check.
Right.
Even if you do get the correct amount of successes. So both of you got 2 successes on that,
Yep.
which I'm going to rate as enough. There's one stretch of road that has a alleyway that looks decent, and there's someone walking alone on, but there are a couple passerby walking on the road at the same time.
Hmm.
On the sidewalk, rather.
I don't know, guys. It seems like a lot of possible trouble for just one feeding.
Yeah, it seems too risky.
Then let's carry on.
Vroom vroom. I drive on.
The chat says nab his ass. He's alone.
I am going to note here that the average human is worth at least 5 hunger points if you kill them.
But if you
Save-
kill them, you lose a point of humanity.
Nope.
Really?
You get stains.
Go on.
So stains are essentially damage to humanity. So at the end of a session, if you have stains, you have to make a check to see if you lose humanity. And if you take more stains than you can hold, which they go in the empty humanity boxes, then you either have to, I believe, take willpower damage or choose to lose humanity.
Okay.
So we
Okay,
attacking or are we
so-
moving on?
Uh,
I think it's too risky.
yeah. Super risky for
Works
not
for me.
really enough food to go around.
Yeah.
Well, vroom vroom then, bitch.
And just for reference, one human, the most you can drink from them without killing them is 2 hunger.
Good news for us, I guess.
Yep. Alright, driving on, keeping an eye out,
Yeah.
heading towards the club.
There's nothing else of too much note on the way, and you have arrived. It's a club.
What's the
Fairly
name of the
standard.
club? What's the name of the club?
What is the name of the club? Thanks, Gomi.
And here, we find the first DM irritation.
Mm-hmm.
What's its name? I don't know. Who cares?
going to go to the Google, pull up a tavern name generator.
Love that.
It's just like Google clubs in Las Vegas.
I'm gonna give you the Defiant Panther.
That's a good one. I'll allow it.
All right.
Realized I should be writing notes down.
Oh yeah, I should probably also be writing notes.
What was it called again?
Defiant
The
Panther?
Defiant Panther.
That reminds me of that fucking, that cologne and Anchorman.
Did you say defiant or did you say defined?
Defiant.
All right. Do you see anything off the bat? Anything of interest? Anybody guarding a
I
door?
mean, you can get in easily enough. Actually, that's a good question.
Oh yeah, can we even get into
Um,
the club?
So that depends on if you have any relevant advantages.
Sex Panther is the name of the cologne that I'm thinking of.
Oh, I
From
love that.
Anchorman.
You're all fresh enough that I'm gonna say your ID is fine to get through without being kinda suspicious. Unless you have the lifelike merit, you're going to need to rouse the blood.
Lifelike. I'm lifelike.
I also have lifelike.
You are indeed lifelike.
Yep, I
So
also
what's
have
Rouse
lifelike.
Blood do?
So that is Blush of Life. So for the duration of the scene, you will appear not dead. What you have to do in order to do that, whenever you rouse the blood, you need to roll 1d10 to check if you lose another point of hunger.
Mm.
So,
Well, I got a 4, so I'm guessing I did.
yep, so you get to be more hungry. Rousing the
Okay.
blood also occurs when you're healing physical damage, when you're using disciplines, and you also get to make a check like that every time you wake up. So your hunger should be at 3 now.
Uh-oh, someone's
Yep.
gonna kill some. I did not see that character, just so we're aware.
I might.
And assuming you're all going in, is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Upon
Mhm.
entering, it's fairly club-like. Lots of people clearly under the influence.
I guess this club is very club-like.
Yes.
We should play hard bass for this.
Yes, this club is made of club.
That's a good club made of club.
Lots of clubbing to be
Uh,
had.
Yes. There's a bar, a couple tables, and big open floor. Not extraordinarily busy, but it's fairly full. It's probably around 50 people in total. 50 customers in total.
Okay. Is this a multi-story club or is it just one story?
It's
One floor.
one story. There's a balcony.
Hmm.
So As you walk in, there's a couple steps down onto the floor proper. The tables, the tables are above those couple steps, and then on the balcony is the bar proper. And then there's another little bar with the tables.
Is there a DJ?
Yeah.
Is he playing funky music? Very important.
Well,
It
I've
depends on
got
how you
hard
define
bass playing on
funky.
I'm playing hard bass on my computer, so I'm just imagining it being hard bass.
It's very bassy music. I'll give you that.
I do like that. Does anybody stand out? Like, or should we just start mingling? Or are we in yet? We got in, right?
We got in.
That
You
already
got it.
happened. Cool. Okay, yeah. Does anybody look
I-
interesting? Who's in here? God damn it.
Taking initiative, and I'm going to go towards the bathroom and see if there's any passed out assholes in there.
Well, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Slightly drunk assholes.
I'm gonna like slip the DJ some money to like play a song or whatever, but I'm also gonna like slip in my number.
Oh.
How many dots do you have in finance?
Me?
Yes.
To finance.
You said 2?
Yep.
Would it just be street finance, or would they add something else on there?
In this case, that doesn't have to be a check. I was just
okay.
making sure she wasn't completely broke.
Mm-hmm. I'm a card shark.
But
I
yeah,
have money.
you can. Yeah, that's what I assumed. But I just wanted to double check.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can send over a healthy tip.
I also get him to play Astronomia.
All right, so that's queued up. Keep that in mind if anyone wants to use that to their advantage.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know, that's the song that plays during that fucking coffin dance movie.
Yep. It sure is. Does anyone else have plans before I do Lisa's bathroom trip?
I just wanted to go ahead and say I wanted to see if my character could like use their charisma and start asking around like for I guess like for links to see if we can maybe find some more nefarious things to go ahead and get a hold of, like blood bags and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So, yep, that's definitely gonna be charisma. The skill probably depends on how you're going about doing that. You're just doing it casual?
Yeah, just like being honest, like kind of looking for, you know, I guess like people to kind of like guide us the right way we need to go ahead and get blood bags and stuff.
Okay, give me a charisma streetwise check.
Okay, so that is just a streetwise, but I guess I would just honestly just say, I guess my character's being honest, like just being kind of open about it. So would I get my +1
Ooh.
in persuasion for
In
my
this case, I'm not gonna give it to you.
okay.
Because I don't think persuasion is quite the relevant skill. But that definitely is something worth considering.
Oh, what skill would it be then?
I'm gonna give you charisma plus streetwise on this check.
Okay.
Can I back
So
out at all?
What were you saying, Jingle?
Said, can I back Dolly up at all? Sorry. Like, I'm
Sure.
trying to help you mingle in there. Get up on it there with you.
I would, but I've already made my moves, so. Because I have charisma and streetwise.
Yeah, I don't know if this is rules as written, but I'm just gonna say help is a plus.
What'd you
Plus
say?
what?
So Porum, you're gonna get +1 to that check.
Okay,
An
so
extra die.
that would be a 5d10 then.
Yep. And remember, you've got your hunger dice as well to keep track of, which
Yeah.
are part of that 5 dice pool.
I got a 9, an 8, a 2, a 7, and a 5.
That's pretty good. That's 3 successes.
Alright then.
Yeah, you can find someone who points you in the right direction to find those routes that you were looking at.
Good job.
They say they're not necessarily perfectly accurate time-wise, just given traffic and everything, but they're probably going to be good plus or minus half an hour unless anything major pops up.
And this is in relevance to the blood trucks, or is this to something else?
This is the blood trucks.
Okay.
Right. Josiah, do you have anything you want to do? Or am I good to do Admirals?
Z.
I'm gonna take that as I'm good to go.
No, good.
Alright. So let's see. So you go in to check the bathroom. There's someone in there, visibly quite drunk. Unfortunately, not to the point of being unconscious. They're leaning over the sink, kind of splashing some water in their face, looking at the mirror, just very out of it.
Hmm. You're the only one in here?
Quick glance. There's a couple stalls that look like they're closed, but it doesn't look like there's anyone there.
So knocking the fuck out would make too much noise. If there's other people in there. And I assume this is just a women's bathroom and it's not like some kind of super future unisex shit.
Unfortunately, we are still in 2021.
Okay.
Not quite there yet. And
Can I
it doesn't.
Can I memorize the details of this very drunk person so that I can scope them out later when they're potentially more drunk?
Sure thing.
Would that require some kind of skill check, or is that just something I could just do?
I'm gonna have that be a check when you try and find them later.
You could order them more
Okay,
drinks.
cool.
You could order them more drinks. Get them
Yeah,
drunk
that's kind
faster.
of my thought. Is that I'm going to go back out onto the floor after casually just wash my hands off, and then Go back on the floor, watch, and wait for him to go back up to the bar, or go out back.
Mm.
My current move. Anyone else want to make their own move? Go ahead.
And at the moment, Josiah is the only one that hasn't done anything. But if anyone has a move they want to make, go ahead.
How can manipulation work? Like if I tried to walk up to somebody and manipulate them into going back with me and then having my tasty way with them, hungry wise.
So that would definitely be manipulation plus some skill depending on how you're doing it. Could do
Probably
performance, persuasion.
seducing them or something, being like, "Hey, you're in a club. You want to go out back, buddy? Huh?"
Mhm.
Oh, and
Get some
then
blooming onions.
you like blooming onions? Why don't you come down to my town? I'll show you what a blooming onion really looks like, buddy.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'd give you the option of performance or persuasion. And then if you have a looks merit, that would be relevant.
I don't. I have lifelike and catenating blood.
That looks merit.
Okay, so yeah, I have performance and it's burlesque, so I figure she could probably just use the seductive burlesque dance moves on the dance floor to entice some sucker to go out back with her. So I guess I'll roll for that. And that's
Doing it with
manipulation. Performance?
dancing.
Yeah. With this hot body.
dancing.
So we're gonna start with a dexterity performance. See how that goes, and then if you attract anyone, that'll be a
So I roll as many that I have points in, and then also 2 for the hungy.
So the 2 for Hungy is part of that pool.
Uh,
So
Two
you
for Hungy.
roll as many dice as you have dots, and then replace 2 of them with hunger dice.
2 for hungry.
Yes.
Be thirsty.
Are you rolling for that, Jingle?
just realized you didn't hear anything I said because I'm on push to talk, and I just explained
Nice.
everything. I didn't say. God
Mhm.
damn it!
Perfect.
Well, I sent the rolls in chat. My first 3 are 7, 7, and 10, and then my other 2 are 1 and 6 out of a total of 5 dice rolls.
Which one's? Oh, I guess it's 2 for the hungry.
Yeah.
So the total of the dice doesn't matter, it's just the number of successes.
Oh,
Okay. I don't know if
So,
it's just above 5.
yep, 6 and higher is a success. So in this roll, you have a total of 4 successes.
Woo.
If you had another 10, you could have crit. And that pair of 10s would count as 4 instead of 2. But that is just 4 successes as is. And the Hungy 1 doesn't matter because you have succeeded.
Cool.
I think I would
If
just
you
call
have
it a
failed
Hungy.
the check, yeah,
My hunky points.
Yeah, Hungy points.
but yeah, you have managed to attract the attention of a person that you find desirable.
Hello, desirable person. Would you like to?
You may describe them if you wish.
Um. Fuck. Let's just Google a description.
I was gonna ask what's their name.
It's DK.
That's actually hilarious. Personality generator. Boop. We want physical characteristics, right?
You don't know much about personality yet, given that you have seen them and not talked
I
to
could
them yet.
from their body language. Okay, I can read them like a cheese or something.
You can indeed read them like a cheese.
Thanks. Meaning 5 feet tall.
Carnation?
Oh, God, Jesus, sounds like my dad. I'm gonna generate again. Jesus Christ, this is like the same description but with less words. Okay, maybe less realistic and more anime. Yeah. Oh yeah,
I
that's
mean, it could be like your dad. This isn't you. You're
Well, I
man.
don't know what you're into.
No. This is fucking great. Standing 5'8" feet tall and slender with cream skin, this man has an unlikable feel about him. He has piercing light brown eyes and his very short, curly, dark brown hair is buzz cut. That is very. How is it curly then? Anyways, he usually wears scruffy, fashionable clothes that are modest.
He's got no style. He's not got no
Really like
brains.
his unlikable feel.
This man has a
Just
funny
very-
I
face.
have an important question for you.
Go ahead.
So that description is specifically of a person that you find your character finds desirable.
Yeah.
Is the unlikableness a likableness, or is that it's okay if this person dies then?
I think probably both. Definitely
Okay.
both. She probably likes a rough and tumbler type of person, but also is hungry. So I'm gonna take him out back. I'm gonna have my way with him with my teeth.
Okay. And now you can give me a manipulation plus persuasion.
Not looking good, my boys. All right, I sent it. It doesn't look pretty.
Yeah, but that's a stupid amount of dice.
So many, and yet so many failures.
The number of failures doesn't matter.
Oh,
The number of successes matters.
well, in that case, fucking great.
Yeah, 4 successes on a human. You did it. Congratulations.
I'm not hungry anymore, you suckers. Well, we don't know that yet.
well,
So, if you want to go have a drink right now, you can go do that. How the question is, how much do you plan on having a little sip?
I would like to try to only eat what I need, the 2 points, and be done with them so they don't die or anything. Maybe just make them look like they passed out from drugs at the club or some shit.
So the fun thing about hunger is the only way to get below 1 is to kill a human. So you can have a little sip and get down to 1. Or you can make a corpse.
Woof, I gotta think about this morality. Go to somebody else for now.
Okay. Congratulations, somebody else. It is now your turn. Astronomia playing.
I think I made the mistake of like playing a long game because like he probably won't be able like this dude probably won't be available till like after the club's close or something. Like I cannot take him off the dance floor.
Not
I might
right
also
now,
I might also try to just seduce a rando. How do I do that?
So
Yeah, we'll
how...
use them later.
Yeah. So how I did that before is you're gonna do something to get their attention, and then something to actually get your way with them.
Unfortunately, my performance is in singing, so I don't know if that's gonna work.
And you can use your performance rating without the specialty. The specialty just gives you a +1.
Oh, okay. I might also just dance seductively.
You probably want that +1, though.
Yeah. I'm just gonna also dance seductively.
Okay.
That ass, baby.
Yeah. So
Would that just
dexterity
be
performance?
Yeah.
Unless you want to show something else off, like strength.
I thought you were gonna say something else there, but no, I think I'm good. 5,
And
7.
for dancing, you could take athletics, but I assume that's less good.
Where is athletics? Yeah, that's less good. I got a 7 and a 3 on my Hungy dice, and then a 7 and a 5 on my regular dice.
That is 2 successes. So you've managed to get the attention of someone slightly less desirable.
Any Portman stuff.
If you would like to describe them, you may, or I can do so for you.
I want you to do it.
We'll send you this appearance generator.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, I want you to
You want
do
me
it.
to do more work for you?
Yeah, you're the GM.
Here comes the insult.
Alright. So so this person looks about as well kept as Josiah.
Mm.
They've got she's got a lot less hair. She's actually clean shaven as opposed to the Jesus do. She's got a spiked leather jacket that is seriously worn. Like half of the spikes are missing.
Mm.
Give me the jacket. You don't actually have to give me their jacket.
Distressed jeans, sneakers with holes in them.
I would like to invite them out to the alleyway for a smoke. Smoke in quotation marks.
About to smoke that ass.
Be like, fancy
So
you back here. You found one too, huh?
Also, Jingle, I like on your stream. It looks like you're hovering over Uzi Jesus.
I am. Hello, Uzi Jesus.
What is this?
Oh, wait, I can point at you. Hold on.
So that's gonna be manipulation plus persuasion, unless you have something else you can think.
Could I? Wait, could I use charisma?
I'll give you charisma at a -1.
Okay, yeah, that's still better. So charisma and what was the other one? Persuasion.
Yep.
Okay. That is. So I got a 10 and a 6 on the hunger dice.
Okay.
2, 3, and 7 on my normal dice.
All right, you have avoided catastrophe,
Nice.
Hey!
and that is enough successes to do what you want to do.
So you
You
said
have
so.
joined.
Go ahead.
You can successfully join Jungle in the alley.
So
Going
can
back.
I? Did you say that like? So I can only do it down by 1 unless I kill the person, or is it like?
Down to 1.
So I can get it down to 0, but if I want to go to like negative, I guess I'd have to kill the person.
If you want to get it to 0, you would have to kill a person.
Okay, so I can only just.
Well, I will say, having played versions of this before, having 1 hunger is not the worst state to be.
Nope.
Okay, so I can only drop it down by 1 unless I kill the person.
You can drop it down to 1 unless you kill a person.
That's confusing. Hold on, that wording is confusing.
You can drop it down by up to 2,
Uh,
but you can't get below 1 unless you kill a human.
so I can get it to 0, but not. Wait, can I get it to 0?
No.
You'd have to kill them if you get it to 0.
Okay, that's what I was trying to confirm. I'll just,
Sitting in the
I'm,
back alley wondering what to do myself.
I'm just gonna have it go down by 1. I'm not gonna kill them. So my hunger would just be at 1.
Yep.
Okay. Alright.
And Jungle.
Can I convince them to become like a ghoul or something, or like somebody I can hit up again and again? Possibly, is that possible? Be like, hey, can I get your number, bud? And then just take a little sippy.
So
I
you
mean, you
can't.
you could do like the convince them to give you your number thing like standard, like anyone else could.
Yeah.
But the cool thing, you need like a lot more power to be kind of doing that kind of.
All right, then I don't need a ghoul. Just somebody who'll let me be like, hey, it's Friday. How about a little nibbly? I'm into weird kinky shit. You know,
A booty
every
call.
Friday. Yeah,
Those
booty
hickeys,
call.
those hickeys you give them are really really deep.
Yeah, exactly.
So in terms of ghouls and the embrace and all that, there are specific thin blood merits that allow you to do that, but otherwise you'll need to hit at least 1 blood potency.
What's the merit?
There's one that does each of them, I'm pretty sure. So in order to get those, you'd just be taking an additional thin blood flaw.
blood bonds, right? I think I have a skill that does that because it's catenating blood merit. It's the thin blood one.
Let me check on that. I'm not sure if blood bonding and ghouls are separate. Oh, that does it both. Yeah, you can do that.
So what exactly am I doing then? What can I do?
So, in order to blood bond, that's a long-term thing. You would have them feed off of your blood at least once a week for a month or two. To perform the embrace, you would first feed them to death and then feed them your blood.
Okay. All right. I don't think I'm ready to blood bond anybody to me because I don't know who we can necessarily trust. But I would certainly like to get this dude's phone number and hopefully
Yeah,
get
just
him
make
contact.
it your personal sippy cup.
Yeah, little sippy boy.
Slurp, slurp.
Oh, and I'd also like to
Uh,
just drink a little bit, just a little 1 point from earlier.
You can do that. And would you like to attempt to get number?
Get what?
Number?
Get his number.
Oh, please, yes.
Okay.
Be like, oh, I had such a nice time in the back alley with you. I know you're not gonna remember it, but let me get your number, baby.
So you're thin-blooded and you're lifelike. Mhm.
Was Jingle lifelike? I don't remember. I thought she wasn't. Oh, was that
I am, yes.
okay. Oh, yeah, that was Cordelia.
Well,
Was
the right
not
fucking
lifelike.
soundtrack for this shit.
Can just give me a charisma persuasion.
Okay. That's the saddest thing I've ever seen. I think I have one success. No, I'm not even sure. Yeah, one success out of six of them.
Oof.
The last two are the hungy ones, so I think I'm going crazy. His phone number? Really?
No, you're not going crazy if the last two are the hungy. But you're definitely not succeeding.
Oh yeah, no.
You can play
You were in
that
the worst
however you
alleyway.
It's so sad.
He's too drunk to write his own. He's too
That's
drunk.
really funny.
He's too drunk to write his own number. And like
Seven,
he
but
could get most of the
backwards anyway.
numbers. You get most of the numbers, and then it just fucking trails off.
That's beautiful. Maybe now I want to eat him to do. Fuck this shit.
Well, you could have given me your number. Now you're going to give me your life.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm calming down. I'm a little upset, but I just tip him over and leave.
You just got snubbed.
Alright, I'm gonna have you take 1 sacrificial point of willpower damage.
Oh, understood.
Whole damage or partial damage?
Superficial is partial. So that'll
Oh, I thought I
heal.
heard you say sacrificial for some reason.
No,
I also heard that
You,
actually.
you must
maybe I
snap against your
misspoke.
will.
That is possible.
Gonna say, how bad did you fail at getting a phone number?
Pretty fucking bad. My ego is, my brain is dumber.
Well, I'm also going to take that chance to bring up. I forget if I've mentioned this before, but you can choose to take a point of superficial willpower damage in order to reroll 3 non-hunger.
So I could take more superficial damage and try to get his phone number again.
If you would
What's
like
that
to, yeah.
scraping noise?
That's Uzi.
I think
Don't worry
Uzi-
about it.
Oh, you little Oozla. What's Josiah Browning doing here?
Kind of ducked out of the club and looked for like some sort of animal in the alleyways that I can feed on.
While Uzi figures that out, I'm going to the bathroom real quick.
Okay. I'm gonna have that. Make that wits survival.
Okay, that's gonna be 5 dice, 2 of them being hunger. Oh boy, hunger 4 and 2. And the other 3 rolls out of that are a 7, an 8, and a 5.
Yeah, that's 2 successes. How would you like to go into detail, or would you like to fast forward? That is up to you.
Let's just go ahead and fast forward. I'm a little bit brain foggy today.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, you find a bunch of small game, a couple of rats, a raccoon that you feed off of. You can slake 1 hunger off of that.
All right.
I like how we're like fucking out here, like seducing people, and then Uzi just goes into the alleyway and just eats some rats, and it's the same
Yeah,
equivalent
dude.
hunger.
Oh shit, a rat.
I can't stoop
Yummy
so
rat.
low. Watching him.
Oh, hey, that's a good question. Hey, Uzi, do you want to give me a dexterity stealth check?
Dexterity stealth. Okay. That's gonna be
I am back.
7. So hang on. Does that also include hunger dice or no?
Uzi's eating rats.
Yep.
Okay. Right. 4 and a 4 for hunger dice. Hang on, wait. Dexterity stealth, you said?
Yep.
We have a 6. That's a 10. A 5. A 6. And a 2.
I forget exactly what happened, but I think there were at least 3 successes, so
3
I'm
successes.
gonna say you're okay. Yeah,
Alright.
you're
Cool.
fine. And remember that you've healed 1 hunger.
Yes. I have that noted.
Alright. And that'll just mean
Everything
that
above
you're
us, everything above a 5 is a success, right? So
correct. 5 and below is a failure, 6 and above is a success.
got it. Cool.
50-50 for each die. Weighted in your favor because of crits.
So did
Now,
Oopsie succeed?
I have successfully eaten a few rats.
were they delicious?
They were rats.
Please
Oh my
describe.
goodness, I did a stupid. I should be handing out predator types.
Oh,
So these are options. You can take them or not. Um, uh, just gonna send the whole thing. Um, both Jingle and Gomi. You have the option to take Siren, which is at the bottom of that dock. That's feeding using seduction. And then Uzi, you can take Farmer. If you have any of the relevant flaws, you can just take other points elsewhere. Same thing with advantages. So like Uzi, I know you have vegan already, so you would just pick 2 other dots of disadvantage.
Okay.
If you took Farmer.
Yes.
Um, hmm. I'm gonna say you can have those discipline points as well.
I think I'm actually gonna go for Siren because I feel like it fits the narrative that I'm going for. What is Scene Queen?
That's the real vampire community. And or else kinky.
Hell yeah, baby. I don't think I'm gonna take Siren, but I'm writing it down in case I want to take it.
Okay. And how I'm managing predator types is essentially once you've fed a specific way, you can choose to take that predator type and lock it in. So Gomi, do all of those features make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Oh, okay.
and then for the fortitude or presence, those are disciplines, which is in that second thing. You'll gain a dot in the discipline and then select a power at that level to gain.
Wait, where's Fortitude or Presence? Where is that? It says gain
Wait,
1
so
dot.
do we actually gain that dot in like the discipline if we're thin bloods right now? Or is that something that kicks in later?
Yep, I'm giving you the 1 dot.
Okay.
You can't, I'm gonna say you can't go above 1 dot, so if you already have that, you couldn't get the second.
What
I
is
already have potent, so I'd have to take celerity if I was doing Alley Cat, which I might do.
Yep.
What is Presence?
Presence is
It's like passive, like influence, like mind
yeah,
influence.
Hmm.
But it's not like direct. It's not like domination where you could just
Yeah.
straight up make somebody do something.
yeah, and domination we're not doing in this campaign, but presence is the alternative.
Not that kind of domination, anyway.
So the first dot power options are awe and daunt, which are pretty much drawing people towards you or away from you.
Probably have to read more about this on my own. I already have the looks mirror beautiful. I just skip that.
And so for the sake of
Take
this, you
the
can
dots in
go.
it, or take something else.
Say again.
You can
So you
go onto the wiki and then you can just look up disciplines and just look at like the first level of all the disciplines that are on the table here because that's all you're going to get right
Yeah. What do you say, Nora, about?
So for the looks, you can either have more dots in it, I think is an option, or you can take something because you already have it. And that can be a decision later.
So I already have the 2 dots in it. Would I just add another 2 dots, or? Because this
Yep.
game that looks merit. Okay.
If you want to add another 2 dots, that's fine, yeah.
And then I get flaw.
And if you ever think that that's relevant, just ask me. Because
Okay.
I will forget about your advantages sometimes.
now. So has Poro made an attempt at trying to feed it?
Nope.
Yeah, I was gonna basically say that my character returns with the information about when and where the blood trucks were gonna be.
So you're wanting to wait on the blood trucks then?
Well, I was gonna say my character can't feed because of their teeth. They have baby fangs.
Ah, so actually Bagger would be kind of a natural for you then.
Yeah. And you still can feed on people, you just need to cut them open with something else, which isn't great at doing it stealthy.
True.
It also runs the risk of them dying.
Yep.
Like, even if you don't drain them, they're going to keep bleeding out afterwards.
You do have vampiric saliva, which is both a numbing agent, a euphoria agent, and a wound closer.
Yeah, but depending on how big the wound is, it might not be that effective.
Absolutely. You would likely be doing more damage than just Fang.
So, Porum was one to talk to the dude, so.
I think I already my character already talked to the dude.
Yep,
Okay.
you've got the info already.
Okay, so. I think I'm going to stalk the nearly unconscious person.
Alright. That will be a check of some kind.
Maybe just, like, go take a position and watch from afar and see what they do first.
Okay. You can just give me wits awareness.
Okay. Which one was it? Fail. So what happens when you roll 1 on a hunger dice?
If you fail the check, it becomes a bestial failure.
Okay, so one's a number 1 fail, but the other's a success at 7 on the hunger dice, so. Oof. 171.
That's everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh... Alright, I'll give you an option. You can either stalk fairly obviously, noticeable to the mark, but not anyone else. Or you can spend a point of willpower to back down.
Spend more point of willpower.
Okay.
So that lets me reroll, or
I'm gonna have that be you lose them for now, and that'll be another check to find them,
okay.
which
Right
I
next.
think wits investigation.
Do I have investigation? I do not, so that's just 2 dice. Uh, a 10 and a 2.
Okay. Yeah, you think you spot them right as they're leaving the club.
Which way are they leaving?
Front door, not the alley.
Into the alley?
Not into the alley. Just out the front.
Huh, okay. I follow them out.
Alright. And I assume you're just gonna continue stalking?
Yeah.
Um, let's make that a composure stealth. To avoid being noticed.
Okay. Three successes. 6, 6, 9.
Nice.
Nice.
Indeed. Yeah, so you managed to stalk them for a bit. They turn onto a less major road, heading towards what looks like an apartment complex. You probably have a moment now if you want to strike.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try and drag them to like an alley or something.
Yeah. Make that strength brawl.
Come.
That's what I
1,
figured.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 5, 7, 4, 10, 9. So 4 successes.
Yeah, you knock him out fast, drag him into an alleyway.
Bonk commenced.
You may feed.
Hold on. Yeah. Freaky time. Somebody redeem hydrate.
Are you do big drink or little drink?
Little drink gets me 2, right?
Yep.
If I'm at 3, and I am at 3, so I'll do little drink and just draw myself back to 1.
Okay. And are you taking alley cap?
Yeah, I think I am.
Okay.
I don't see hydrate in your redeems.
I don't actually have it, no, because I already drink too much by default. So if people start redeeming hydrates all the time, I'd spend half of my stream taking a piss.
You
That's
already
fair.
make enough piss.
Never make enough piss.
Oh my god.
Infinite piss.
I was thinking to drink water just now. My model's neck fucking broke.
Nice.
And that just like went 90 degrees. I have no idea what happened now.
Humanity. Gain 3 dots of criminal content.
So I think I'm gonna wrap things up there and do the blood heist next week.
Yeah, sounds about right.
That works. Okay.
There is end of session stuff that I have to go through.
Everybody have fun.
First, hopefully everyone did have fun.
I did.
Yeah, it was good.
And if any of you have willpower damage, you heal 1 superficial willpower damage.
Unbruise your ego.
And
He's feeling a lot better now, guys.
and then I just want to check how XP gets acquired. Because that is a thing in this game. I know it's here somewhere.
So if I already had a point in contacts, but the hunter type adds 3 points in contacts criminal, would that make it a separate contacts tracker? Or would I have 4 points in contacts?
So contacts would be separate, yes.
Okay, so I have 2 tracks of contacts here.
Yep.
Alright. I'm taking the farmer predator style, as you said. So I need to take
Yep.
another 2 points of a flaw. You said?
Yes.
All right, cool. That PDF.
I think there are other feeding flaws that could be irrelevant. I'm not sure if any of them would work
Well,
due
let
to
me
overlap.
check, and we shall see. I guess I could do Organivore.
Ooh.
Because it does not specify human on that flaw. It just said you must consume your victim's organs.
Yeah.
So, all right. We eaten some spleens tonight.
Delicious.
Just know that that's going to be messier.
Yup.
And from my understanding, the way XP works with this game is that we can actually spend the XP at any time. It's not based on like a level of like D&D, right?
Correct. Each trait has a different cost.
Yeah, because I remember talking about this during session 0. Like attributes are like more expensive than skills.
Yep. I just posted an image that's at least the vast majority of options. for spending XP.
Jingle, can you pin that?
How much XP
Say
did
that
we get?
again?
Can you pin that? The trade
yeah.
cost.
How much XP did we get?
I'm still looking to figure that out.
Okay.
Nora's still trying to find the XP tables.
It looks like there is no table.
No.
No. All right.
So I'm gonna give y'all boosted XP for the first couple sessions.
The only thing I can find is like a
I'm gonna give
Reddit
you
one. I think on Reddit.
Ooh.
It says book rules is 1 animatic per session, 1 for roleplay, 1 for learning, 1 for heroism. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm just gonna give you all 3 XP for now.
Okay.
And then
Alright.
in future, I'll probably be more specific about events. But I'm handing you a good chunk of XP for the first session or 2.
Thank
It's our
you.
first meeting, so.
Mhm.
And I like quick leveling early on in most of my games.
You get the good stuff.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend my 3 on a point of stealth.
Probably makes sense.
Yeah, I'll think about mine.
Yeah.
Also, it makes sense because that's what I just used.
Yep.
Okay, alright.
So
just
right
leveled up?
now, for your options for spending would be getting a new specialty, getting a first dot in a new skill, or getting a 1 dot advantage.
What level
Is
are we?
stalking too general is stalking too general for a specialty?
In what?
Stealth.
Did you have a dot in stealth already?
Yeah, I actually did.
Okay. I'd say that's probably okay. Just because that rules out hiding. Which is
Let's see
kind
on
of a
here.
big deal in
What's the
stealth.
what's the cost for an increase in a skill?
It's 3 times the new level. So if you had 1 dot, the second dot would cost.
What would it cost you cut off?
It would cost. So if you had 1 dot, it would cost 6 for the second.
3
Ow.
times. Yeah, I guess exponentially more expensive. Well, not exponential. Is it exponential?
Multiplicatively.
Yeah, multiplicatively more expensive.
I was actually just about to ask about that, yeah.
And same thing with disciplines, attributes, pretty much everything.
Alright, so I'll get the specialty.
Alright. It's have to head out. So I'm gonna wrap up my stream here. And then yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So
Thank you
next
for
Thursday
playing.
again?
That's the plan.
Alright.
I'll let you know if it needs to be late again.
Alright. Night.